An astute businesswoman.
I, at the age of 5, started taking interest in medicine.
Taking forward a 100-year legacy.
When I grew up with this culture in my family, I realized that Ayurveda is not only my family work, but it is an organization.
NewsX India A-list proudly recognizes Monica B. Sood for excellence in business.
Hello and welcome. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on this special interview as part of our NewsX A-list series. Today we have with us Dr. Monica B. Sood, who's the CEO of Navjivan Group, with an expertise spanning Ayurvedic medicine and surgery and a master's in business administration, specializing in human resources, international business and law. She's a beacon of interdisciplinary excellence. Amongst her numerous honors are the Bharat Jyoti Award, Glory of India Medal, Lifetime Achievement Award from the Steve Awards USA, and the Woman of Excellence Award by Indian Achievers Forum, along with the Global Healthcare Awards 2021 for outstanding and remarkable contribution to the health sector. Dr. Sood, let me ask you first about how you began your journey with Navjivan and also what inspired you to pursue Ayurveda.
Well, Uday, I would like to share my journey with you, but before that, I will tell you something about the Navjivan Group. Navjivan Group was established by my late grandfather, Dr. Amarnath Sood, in year 1923. It was the time when India was struggling for the freedom, and my grandfather had entirely a different vision about it. So he scaled Ayurveda at that time when it was not even recognized in our country as well as in other foreign countries. So this was his way of dealing with the freedom fight for his country. He scaled Ayurveda and he was the first person to introduce Ayurveda globally in 1923. So being a legacy of my family, I, at the age of 5, started taking interest in medicine, and eventually when I grew up with this culture in my family, I realized that Ayurveda is not only my family work, but it is an organization. And moreover, it is the heritage of our country which I have to promote. And by the age of 18, I became the CEO of Navjivan Group.
Mm-hmm. So it's been a satisfying personal journey for you as well.
Yes, not an easy journey, but yes, a satisfying journey.
Okay. I have to ask you though now, on in what ways do you believe Ayurveda can contribute in boosting India's economy and also empowering women in our country, Dr. Sood?
Well, what a wonderful question from you. So, Ayurveda holds an immense potential to boost Indian economy. I would say rather, it's a gold mine for our country. So, while we're talking about the economy of India, globally, if we check that India has immense growth in the economy for the past few years. In financial year 2023-24, we have witnessed the growth of 8.2% in our GDP. But I would say something over here that our per capita income has to be increased. And if this has to be increased, then we should divert our attention to the rural area of our country. Rural area in which the women population is of 30%. So if we establish Ayurvedic and herbal farming, engaging the women population in rural areas. In addition to that, we establish small-scale industries based on Ayurveda and medical college and institutes which may help the children to study there. So all these things are related together. So what will happen that our rural structure of our country will get enhanced, infrastructure will be brought in a smaller way, but yes, it will definitely boost the economy of our country, and the rural area will get developed, will get medical facilities and education facilities as well. And the women empowerment is of course seen if we engage the 30% population of women of rural area into this sector.
Yes, very, very interesting. In fact, also I have to ask you, Dr. Sood, about Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision for the sector, his vision for Ayurveda, and how you believe it can be effectively implemented.
Absolutely. PM Modi ji has an entirely committed vision towards Ayurveda. He is the only person who is at the helm of mission to promote Ayurveda globally. Well, for him, Ayurveda is a key component for India's healthcare system. His commitment towards Ayurveda shows through the allocation of the funds he has given to Ayush lately in this financial year. And I believe that it can be implemented in many ways. Like, we can partner with international centers and universities to promote Ayurveda by establishing the world-class research centers. We can, of course, work on the stringent policies of quality control. We can partner with the researchers. We can offer the scholarships to the students, and which can, of course, attract the great minds. We already have medical tourism to India, but Ayurveda can, of course, attract huge amount of tourism to India for healing and other purposes as well.
Yes. Also, particularly after COVID, we've seen how mental health has become a prominent topic of discussion today. Why, according to you, is it so crucial in the current context? And in fact, does it relate, do you believe, to Ayurveda as well?
Yes, that is a very good question. See, we discuss mental health very openly these days. If I would say that this was not the case around 10 years back, but now after the foreign countries have been starting pressing about mental health, we also have started talking about mental health. And moreover, I would suggest here that we think that mental health is spoken now only, but have we ever thought of a phrase that Ayurveda has? Ayurveda is a holistic science of mind, soul, and body, or we call it as body, soul, and mind. So, from the eons ago, have we ever thought that Ayurveda is practicing psychology? Ayurveda is practicing mental health from past 8,000 years, but we have realized it now because we are hearing it from others. And moreover, in this crucial times, we have a lot of stress. As Uday, you just suggested that COVID-19 has brought a big impact, and we started realizing that how mental health is effective. So Ayurveda is the only key to help people mentally. So this is where I would say that why our PM Modi ji always emphasizes on yoga, always emphasizes on meditation, because meditation and yoga keeps your mind healthy. It always allows your body to work in a way that your mind works well. It also, if you talk scientifically, when we practice yoga and meditation, it increases oxygen in our body. The circulation of oxygen, of course, helps the mind to work in a very better way. So I would say that in today's times, when mental health is challenged, you would be amazed to know that, as per the data, 35 children commit suicide in India every day. Is it a rat race? It is only the pressure which they are taking. But if the same thing should be inculcated to them right from the beginning, right from the childhood, that how to help them, how to balance their mental health, this will not happen. So I would suggest and urge to the listeners that kindly involve yoga and meditation into your daily practice.
Okay. Also, you spoke about Prime Minister Modi's clear vision for the sector. But what steps do you believe the government can take to enhance the research and development of Ayurveda?
Of course, we can open centers, as I mentioned earlier also. We can open the research centers. We can also open universities, and we can collaborate with international universities so that it not only brings the international students to India, but it will take Ayurveda to a global scale where the entire world would know the efficacy and the knowledge of Ayurveda. And in addition to it, this will also generate the revenue for our country. So one is this perspective. Secondly, of course, as suggested earlier, medical tourism and exporting high-class medicines with stringent quality control so that they should be beneficial for everyone.
Okay. Final question then to you, Dr. Sood, before we let you go. How can the field of Ayurveda generate foreign revenue and help bridge existing gaps?
As I already told you, Uday, that our country has an immense potential to boost economy, and Ayurveda is one key to it. So by exporting medicines, by establishing universities, by establishing the world-class centers, research centers, blending all these things together can, of course, bring huge revenue to India. And I would like to add to this that if we start giving subsidies to the manufacturers of our country, whether they are in the rural areas or in the urban areas, while providing subsidies to them, it will, of course, enhance the exports and it will be beneficial for our country.
All right, Dr. Monica Sood, thank you so much for joining us today on this interview, and wishing you and your group all the very best in the days ahead.
Thank you so much,
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.